Coaching has always been a rather obscure feature. I don't think many people really gave it the respect it deserved, not even Valve themselves. It was fun to occasionally coach someone, but the countless bugs and issues with coaching made it both unusable and annoying as well. It also never got much attention from Valve, the last patch being from 2015. If you don't know what coaching is, it's essentially a feature in TF2 that allows a player to become or be instructed by a coach. The coach can then watch the player's perspective and then tell them what to do, even making markers to tell them to attack or defend. It was a feature added all the way back in April 14th, 2011, designed to help newer players learn how to play the game via the community. No one can argue that coaching itself was a dead feature ever since its release, but after the Mirror Match update and its new casual matchmaking system, Valve has officially killed it. Currently, coaching is unable to be used in casual due to the new ad hoc connections requirement. The only place it can be used is community servers, which, if you've ever played TF2, is the one place to go to when you just want to play without really learning or thinking, unless it's job maps or something like that. Either way, here's some footage of me coaching. What? Media not found? Oh yeah! I forgot to tell you, it doesn't work at all. I literally can't join casual or community servers as a coach without getting connection failed after 4 retries errors all the time. If it works for you, great, but as of now, even without my own custom HUD, it fails to work at all. I even got one request after waiting for like 3 hours from a random player. I still couldn't connect. And it's a real shame because although coaching was never really taken seriously, if you think about it, it's one of the very few ways that could effectively teach new players, but we'll talk about that later. Team Fortress 2 is a game that has a very steep skill ceiling and does a really shitty job of teaching new players both basic and advanced techniques, which in the end are almost essential when playing the game, more so if you want to pick it up competitively. TF2 before and even now continues to lack proper detailed tutorials or guides that help newer players improve, and let's be honest, the only way you're going to really learn right now is by watching videos made by the community or reading up guides online by yourself. The sooner they begin to implement more helpful and convenient ways of learning, the more likely newer players will feel less intimidated and stick around. But that doesn't mean you constantly give tips every time the player moves. Think about Rocket League. They allow the players to create and make their own tutorials on the workshop that they can practice advanced moves on. If not, they can use the basic tutorials given by Rocket League that actually helps the player learn without being annoying or intrusive, but very informative. If that's not enough, then they can go watch videos on YouTube. The target market for TF2 is also extremely wide, meaning that the audience will be fairly spread out amongst a much younger and older demographics, alongside the casual and competitive players of the game. If Valve fails to introduce the game as friendly or inviting to the newer casual audience that has no idea what the fuck they're doing, it makes learning slightly more frustrating and inconvenient for newer players. Coaching is a much more useful feature than people think. When you really think about it, it gives an opportunity for a newer player to get one-on-one advice from a veteran while playing the game. It's an interactive learning experience, and you're still playing the game. And yeah, tutorials help a lot with learning how to play, but they can't give you on-the-go advice in an actual game. Contrast that with coaching. It's much more flexible and specific for the student. You can get live feedback from a spectator, and you get more specific analysis of your own gameplay, rather than general don't do this and do this statements, because let's be honest, sometimes we don't realize the mistakes we're making unless someone points them out for us. Oh, but Hamaji, coaching was never good. Why would it be good now? That's a really good point. Here's some ways that Valve could try and improve coaching. When trying to coach, coaches can sometimes join people in Death Run or other god-awful maps, and that can be quite frustrating for coaches. Valve should implement a system that allows the coach to select what type of server he wants to join, from casual to community servers. Valve should make it so that the coaching mode in TF2 gives a proper reward if you get enough positive ratings as a coach. A few incentives to begin coaching makes it much more likely that people will start to try and coach students. Maybe it gives experience, or it's a separate system like the Overwatch endorsement system. Some restrictions that may help to improve the coaching system and prevent abuse would be: friends cannot rate each other and only premium users can rate. There's a limit to how many ratings you can give, and if you give too many negative or positive ratings, Valve will manually check your ratings. You can only rate when the round ends or after the coach or student leaves. One of my ideas is to have a hat that's similar to the gifting man from Gifting Land, where the more you coach and the more positive ratings you get, the stronger the outline around the hat gets. Another feature would be the ability to set a language so that students and coaches with matching language settings get paired up, instead of an English-speaking person with a person that only speaks Chinese. I understand that it may be a lot to ask considering the heavy restrictions that Valve has placed on the TF team, but I do think that fixing coaching is a small step in the right direction to helping TF2 recover from the state it's in currently. The worst part about this is that people still want to use the feature. There's tons of Reddit posts, Steam forums, and even Steam groups dedicated to coaching. The issue is that there's a lot of problems with the coaching feature, and unless they're fixed, no one is gonna use it. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please do press the like button, and if you want to see more, please do subscribe. Once again, I have a Discord and a Twitch. If you want to watch me play games live or if you want to chat with me, feel free to visit either.